What's up, fellas? Today I'm working on the Mustang 345 skid steer, and if you looked at any of my other videos regarding this skid steer, pretty old. I mean, it's from the 80s. It is what it is. I mean, these things are gonna happen, and I enjoy the challenge. However, some of the stuff that goes wrong on this machine is not very common to modern day machines, so finding information about it is difficult at times, especially since the company Mustang, Owatonna, and Manitou, I don't know, that it's been sold to Gale, and the Gale dealers are basically useless. They don't know anything about these machines. So you kind of have to resort to either YouTube, which that's the whole point of this video, or forums. And that's where I had to go, because there isn't much information on YouTube regarding this machine and rebuilding the tilt cylinders or any of the pistons. I was on a forum reading, researching, trying to figure it out. This is a very unique style piston that does not have a wire retaining clip. So I took my, yes, adult beverage. I took my wire wheel to the barrel to try to find if somebody had painted over access points or an access point to the retaining wire. Nothing there. And if you can see here, that's the gland. This is the lock nut. The lock nut threads onto the gland. Could you imagine what happens over time? When this is assembled, there is no way to hold back on that, especially since it's threaded, so you kind of don't want to do that. So, my main man at work, Dave, I call him Slick. Now I'm going to call him Magician, Dave the Magician. He could pretty much fix anything. The kid's great. He's not really a kid anymore, but I call him a kid because he's a lot younger than me. Fantastic. I showed him what I thought needed to be done based on my research. I tried it. I guess I didn't have enough testicular fortitude to get it done, but he did. So I also went to a hydraulic shop who rebuilds cylinders, and he didn't really know about this type of cylinder setup. He said stuff like this he would normally take to his machinist, and he gave me his machinist's phone number, which was really cool. But the machinist was not very cool. Hydraulic shop, D&B Hydraulics in Mount Vernon, New York. Great people, super helpful, very nice. But the machinist that he uses was not exactly willing to help me out. His answer was, leave it to the professionals. Well, you know, on a machine that's probably only worth $6,000-7,000, I didn't want to get $1,000 deep into rebuilding a couple pistons. He said a couple $100, but the point is, I want to do it myself. I have the seals. Why can't I do it myself? I mean, I've done them before. I did it on my Bobcat E32. Why? What's so difficult about doing it on this? Anyway, from what I understand, the gland needs to be pushed into the barrel. There's a retaining clip inside holding the gland in place. And that's pretty much it. And you just pull everything apart. I'm gonna do it step by step because, again, information regarding this machine is very limited. So I don't want to get the seals mixed up. I do have a operator's manual and a parts manual, and the parts manual is very helpful. If anyone ever needs a parts manual, let me know. You're gonna need a set of picks from, these are cheap, from Home Depot. I don't have a brass punch. You don't want to use anything too hard on this. So I'm using a piece of wood. This is maple. Rubber mallet. So this guy needs to be pushed inside so I can get at the retainer clip. It's like a snap ring, but without the snap part. Without the holes, you know, that you would put the tool into. All right, I know the the bench grinder is not made for this, but whatever. I'm making you do with what I've got. Oh, it's already here. Oh, okay, that one got it out. So I just used the angle part to leverage against the clip. I can't believe that worked. And I got it on video. Just leave that there. So I'm just going to keep everything in order, or try to at least. This thing's going to explode on me, I just know it. I'm going to take the clip out because I don't want to lose that. I may have just screwed it up. May have. We'll see. Also, get some pig mats. These are the best things to have when working with oil. Anytime you do an oil change or something, you should put some pig mats. All right, I got that out. Oh, son of a bitch. I believe it was like that. Yeah, it was. Because there's marks from the nut right there. See what I mean? You gotta pay attention. So, I just took that off. And I'm putting everything I take off, I'm putting in order. I have not taken, obviously, that gasket off. There's another seal right there. There's an O-ring there. There's one that's literally falling apart, which I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that that's the reason why it was leaking, but who knows? Maybe the one inside. Anyway, to get this nut loose, I put the pin through here, attached it back to the other side, you know, like I put it back on the machine, and I have this tool is fantastic. This design allows you to have a significant amount of leverage, where you don't have to put too much pressure on it. And I believe that's aluminum. Anyway, these are all the seals. This is the part number. I don't think anybody has a Mustang 345 other than me, but this is the part number for the tilt cylinders. I also have the lift cylinder seal kit as well. I'll show you that a little later. So I really wish that I had the camera on to show you guys what I just did. So inside, there's a seal right there, the blue one. I basically, I went in perpendicular to it. So like that, I went in that way. Obviously that's not the way it goes. But then from the other side, I took a piece of wood and just wedged it into the cutout of where it needs to sit, like a little bit into the seat. Took it on the other side and just pushed it in, and it basically just fell right into place. With, again, a piece of wood. No harm, no foul. All right, so this is how I get this in without the special tool. That makes it super helpful, but I don't have that, and I'm not patient enough to wait. So it's definitely a pain in the ass, but it's possible without the tool. Obviously, it's possible without the tool. Take that.
This show is going to take you on a trip of street action.
I went too far. You gotta be careful with that because you can scratch this aluminum. So it's hard to do it and film at the same time because the camera's kind of in the way. Come on, baby. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's not. There. Okay. So, well, no, almost had it. This pick is dangerous, and I might be damaging the seal, but there it is. All right, so that's how I got it. Hopefully you guys can see. Let's see. Got it in there on one edge. Alright, so that's how you do it without that tool. That is super, super helpful. Clean the threads up, and about as far as I'm going to take it, really. Don't worry, this is brass, professionals. Hold on a second. Let's take a look at this lock ring. Lock ring needs to be cleaned up. Always clean threads. So the lock ring is actually steel, so you can use a steel wire brush. As you can see, the repair was successful. I'm so happy that I was able to get that done. Obviously I haven't run it, like I haven't used it in the application that it is designed for. However, once those pistons, once the hydraulic pump starts going, you know, you're looking at 2000 psi coming out of that pump. So if anything was gonna leak, it would have. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. If anyone has any questions, please leave me a comment. This is a Mustang 345 from the 80s. I think it was from 82 to 90 maybe, or maybe earlier. I don't know the date range, but this thing is old. The pistons are definitely not designed the same anymore. Any questions? Let me know. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Just like, all right? Because it doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out. Have a good one.